Hi everybody, Brian here from quantlabs.net. Today in this video, I think we need to talk about the impact of all these trillions of dollars being added to the national debt world clock, debt clock, real time, as you can see right here. And it's really important to understand the importance of this. When you have an economy at over 23.598 trillion dollars, and they're now looking to add more. This is what they just did in the last day to fight this coronavirus. Why $2 trillion could be just the start. If federal stimulus isn't distributed quickly enough, corona infection drags on to long, mammoth government may not be enough to avoid huge job losses. Okay, and this is CNN, not my favorite, and this is clearly not news, but this is, well, White House Senate reached historic $2 trillion stimulus deal amid growing coronaviruses. I posted this last night on my Facebook, and I almost had a heart attack on this. I found on Fox News. Larry Kudlow proposes coronavirus stimulus package to roughly $6 trillion frickin' dollars. So I said as a follow-up, you hear about Trump going on about socialism, and you go, dude, if this is what they're doing, they're now in a socialist country. I saw a meme that said, how do you convert a Trump supporter to being a socialist? And you say $1,000, and here it is. So comments from some smart people, bond yields are going to skyrocket with so much expenditure. And I believe that this virus was unleashed because of out of China over this Uyghur agenda from the U.S. In the public statements they were making out of the U.S. government, Congress, the administration, and all that. So here's the thing: Russia and China will stand in a much stronger position against Europe and USA, and that is very true. When in yesterday's video or Monday's video, I showed the debt level of both Russia, which is really low, and China, which is about 50 for the GDP against national debt. So what I've been trying to say is, we as a human race, we live in our excesses. Now we are being chopped off at our knees because we live beyond our means, and now we need the government to save us. Well, what about your kids? What about the impact on your grandkids? I got a 2-year-old granddaughter. I don't have kids, that may, but my girlfriend's got a 2-year-old granddaughter, and I look at her innocently and go, what is her world going to be like 20 years from now in terms of her having a potential stable income, a stable job, and let alone education? I don't know. It's going to be a royally turned upside down world. So what this other guy says, they're buying time. They trust in their military to save them later. They do not care about their future that are creating chaos to create a new world order. That may be true or not, I don't know. But the way it's looking, it's becoming more and more evident. So we have a situation now where people are pleading to the government, socialists or not, to be saved. So these are your headlines, okay? And now if Kudlow wants $6 trillion on top of the other thing of $2 trillion, $1.5 trillion from the Federal Central Bank, you got to remember the Fed is not government owned. It's its own entity. It's separate. It's owned by the banks. Okay, so who knows that they pump all this money for the U.S. government? Who's to say what the Fed may end up doing and calling in their loans? They want their loans back. Who knows where this will go? So that's where we're at. Now let's talk solutions, okay? Because as a family, as a household, you could be hurting. And I've been saying this for years. I'm going to do something for people, okay? And this is how you're going to separate the men from the boys. You're going to separate the ones that embrace this as an opportunity and separate those who cry like a baby because they don't have the money to pay their mortgage and rent. Okay, because there's preppers out there that have been talking about this for years. There's been financial advisors talking about you should have had 3 months of savings for these kind of situations, and here we are. So if you know about programming, and everybody's getting into programming, everybody and their dog is getting into programming, they're going self-taught, they're doing all these coding data camps or whatever they call them. Now this is for you. This is for you to save yourself, okay? I've been trading in crypto for quite a while, and I've experimented with stocks, Forex, and the whole thing. Let me point this out. If some schmuck out there is going to tell you that real estate is the best investment, what do you tell to the landlord, the guy that owns the real estate, and they have tenants that can't pay their bills, and they want now free rent? What happens to that bank that needs to be paid out for the mortgage that the landlord has, that has a property and is dependent upon the tenant to pay that mortgage? So what do you do about that? Real estate is a bad, bad investment, okay? And we have not even ventured into the talk of will real estate crash or may go down, at least that. That's a very real possibility. But yet, the stock markets are open. They're still running. They can't close. Commodity markets are still open. The exchanges are open. And crypto's still open. We've talked about the blockchain. That will never go away. So, as you know, I have talked about this numerous times. But the thing is, we've got this file right here, take profit, total profit loss, cryptocurrency, trading since March 13th. It's been up on average 1% per day with crypto, okay? So you will take some losses, but I'll gladly take 10% over a 10-day period. And that's including weekends as well, Saturday, Sunday. And no, I'll net out positive versus where you're at and what you're facing in terms of real estate, your job, and just basically your own economic freaking survival. And we've not even talked about where this is going to go. Okay, I'll do that in a minute. So what I'm trying to tell you is you need to worry about you and yourself. As I said, this is how you separate the boys from the men. If you care about your long-term longevity, not being dependent upon a job, let alone even if you do get a job, and let alone if you do get a career, chances are right now your boss and your boss's boss are trying to find ways to replace you with technology. If it's not a bot or it's going to be a piece of software, that is a fact, okay? And that's not going to make this national debt go away and just magically disappear like Hillary Clinton thought, oh, I'll just bring out a cloth and make it disappear. So we have this as a reality. We have this as a long-term reality. And if you got kids or if you got retirement savings, chances are that they've been probably obliterated or at least gone down if you're not smart. And that's the majority of the population. So if you are into programming, you want to program now, not just because as a side hustle. We're now talking about your long-term survival, your long-term economic survival. This is where you need to be. Okay, crypto will be our future, regardless of what governments say. Okay, I've talked about that in another video about the potential. So we are over in the long run and right now being controlled. We're being told to be locked in our houses. We're told not to go out. We're being told by media to be scared. Okay, and you should be scared, but you shouldn't be scared. Why? Because you have opportunities right now to do things online where you can depend on yourself by building a trading bot, algorithmic based, that will maybe, just maybe, make you a little bit of money, and that will be dependable, whereas you'll have that for a long time, and the job may not be, your career may not be. There's more predictability with this than anything else you got. Because you're depending upon a tenant to pay your mortgage, guess what? They're dependent upon a job too. They're dependent upon a career too. And they may be affected as well. This is the only opportunity out there right now to say, yes, there is some form of predictability with this. Now, I'm not saying that crypto will always be up and profitable. It won't be. The point, though, is that you've got a better chance with this, building your own bot, building your own future, and securing your own future. I've been saying it a long time now. with this and not be needing to be dependent on others to establish that. So if you want to know about this, just as I said, go over to the quantlabs.net shop, look for this Python 3 logo, look for this product under the catalog, Python Algo Trading Infrastructure with Cryptocurrency. I'm going to reduce this from $297 to $200, so it's 30% off. Whoever wants it, grab it, okay? Because who knows what I'll do. I'm also planning, if you're not a programmer, to be able to potentially set you up and get your own trading account, okay? But that is another level of service. I'm just setting that up now on my production server, trading server, remote server, and may have the capabilities to do that. So if you want to know more, get in touch with me through social media. We also have a private chat server that you can talk about anything you want. It's not tracked by Telegram or any of the third parties. I'll give you access to that. Okay, so if you want to email me, reach me on social media. By all means, just comment. If you go to my website and you're on Facebook, you can talk to me on that through the bot. Okay, so there you go. Hopefully, I'll help you out somehow. And also, if you want in a cheap way, get on Amazon right here, and you'll get access to the DVD we got. And there's shipping now. We just shipped out our first batch today. We can give you a tracking number, all that. It's all good to go if you want to get on Amazon and get that DVD. And just look for in the bar at quantlabs.net/blog and look for the red banner at the top here. This one, click here, and that will take you to the Amazon listing if you want that. All right, so hopefully this video will maybe for some enlighten you somewhat. Okay, we should talk to you later. Have a good day. Thanks.